Yes, yes. All right. We are live on YouTube. How is everybody doing today? How are you all doing today? Welcome to the show. Welcome to another Walking with Purpose live stream. Live from the San Francisco Bay Trail here in beautiful Redwood City, California, where I live. It's about 55, 56 degrees on the trail today with hardly any wind. Got my jacket on, but not my gloves. It's not cold enough for the gloves, but I'm a little under the weather, so I'm wearing my jacket, and it's chilly enough to put on a light jacket, like my Columbia jacket. Hopefully, you're all having a wonderful day. I'm having a great day, besides still trying to recover from this cold. Got some updates for you. I can't even talk. I've got some updates for you folks here at the beginning of the show. Some community news, good stuff. Stick around for that. This is also episode number 433 of Walking with Purpose. This is the 433rd episode I've done between my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas, and this channel here, Coach Eli 2, Authentic Live Streams, where all the live streams moved here about a little over three and a half months ago or so when we got monetized here. Ginny Ann, how are you doing? Good evening, Coach Eli, Coach D, and friends. Hey, Ginny Ann, how are you? How's my audio coming through? Can you hear me coming through this? Do you hear me tapping this? I just want to make sure. I want to make sure the audio is good. Because I had some issues last week, and I've been double checking a lot lately. Sounds great. And you can hear me tapping it with my fingers there, right, Ginny Ann? Got a lot of respect for you, Ginny Ann. You're a very responsive person. She says, doing great. Thanks for asking. Well, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. I can't thank you, Ginny Ann. Appreciate it. Ginny Ann is a channel member and soon to be a moderator. I just need to connect with her on Facebook. I'm sorry I haven't gotten to that yet, Ginny Ann. I've just been swamped with some other things. I was helping my lady out with some things earlier this morning, and had a couple shows to set up. There's another show coming here tonight on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. I'll share more about that in a bit. Just going to wait for some more people to get the notification and pop on in. It's beautiful, isn't it? Such a nice, calm day. Nice and calm day. Day 29 of the 30-day life-changing positivity challenge starts right now. And got a great topic to discuss here today. I was kind of talking about this a little bit last night. Excuse me. On an in-studio stream I did, which was day 28 of the Positivity Challenge. It was the only show I did yesterday because I drove my lady back home. And then, came back home and had to get the show in. I wanted to keep the streak going. And I got some other updates regarding what I discussed on that show coming up in a little bit, so you're not going to want to miss that. But I was talking about this topic last night. Well, I kind of mentioned it, but I wanted to do a full show on it. Remove your weak links. Today we're going to be discussing removing your weak links from your life. And while it may sound harsh, it's the best thing for yourself and other people around you. This is something that I had to learn the hard way because, in my younger days, I used to be a people pleaser. And I'm not saying, excuse me, if I cough every now and then, forgive me. Now, I'm not saying I don't aim to be a people pleaser at all. I think all good people have good intentions of trying to please everyone. But as I started to get more so into my late 20s and early 30s, I'll be 49 in a few weeks. As I started getting into my late 20s, early 30s, I started to realize that when you try to please everyone, you please no one, right? When you try to please everyone, you please no one. Instead, what you should do is focus on like-minded people that have a similar outlook on life as you do. That doesn't mean they have to enjoy the exact same things or do the same things as you do, but their attitude should be similar to yours, right? For example, if you're a good person and you've got a great group of friends that are happy and positive and easygoing and down-to-earth, successful people, right? Let's say you have a group of friends like that. Let's say there are like 10 people in that group, right? And then you invite someone, an 11th person, into the circle, right? And they just have a really shitty attitude. They complain. They whine and complain about everything, right? They're unhappy about their work, and instead of doing something about it, they complain about it, right? They don't try to better themselves, right? They just keep complaining, right? Have you ever been part of a positive group and then one negative person comes in and it really brings a damper to the entire group, right? It really starts to really just affect the entire group, right? In this scenario, that 11th person is the weakest link, right? And I've always said, you're only as good or as strong as your weakest link, right? You're only as good as your weakest link. So even if you're hanging around with 10 positive people and there's one negative person that you allow in that group, that one person will infest the entire group, including yourself, with the negative disease, the negativity disease, right? And it spreads fast, right? It spreads real fast, right? But there is a cure for the negative disease, is getting rid of that negative person. First of all, you want to be kind and give an option and say, hey, look, man, hey, look, gal, whether it's a man or a woman, and say, hey, look, you have a really crappy attitude. I say that respectfully. We're a group of fun, easygoing, down-to-earth people. And we really don't need you bringing your drama or negativity into this group. Now, I want to give you a chance to change your attitude, or you're not going to be welcome to be a part of the group anymore, right? And many people are afraid to do that because they don't want to hurt that person's feelings, or they don't want to deal with the backlash of what someone would do when you remove a person in that state, right? But you got to do it. You got to do it not only for the best benefit of your group, but for yourself as well, because that person is going to be weighing you and everyone else down in that circle, right? You're only as good as your weakest link, right? You can't please everyone in this world, okay? When you encounter people, you get to know them, and you can typically tell, within the brief conversation, whether someone's a decent person to hang out with or not, right? And then you give them a chance, you hang around with them, and continue to observe their attitude and their personality. And if they continue to show you that they're a good, down-to-earth, reasonable, and positive person, you keep them around, and you keep introducing them to more people in the circle. But if they have a negative attitude, you just let them go. But if you're someone like I used to be in my younger days, or how many people still are nowadays when they get older, they try to, you know, they try to get along with every single person out there, especially out here on YouTube. This is the one thing that people don't understand out here on YouTube is if you try to please everyone on YouTube, you're going to please no one. You're going to fail miserably. You've got to create a target market. You've got to target your audience like I do. My audience is simple, okay? My audience targets positive and like-minded people that are looking to better their lives through my experiences and my ladies' experiences, right? We target people that are reasonable and down to earth, that are open to suggestions and change, right? Easygoing, etc., right? That's our target market. The other side of the market is the negative market, right? People that want to attack us or challenge us beyond reasonable means, right? We ignore those people, and we don't allow those people here in this circle, because if we allow them here in this circle, it's going to ruin what we're trying to create, right? And quite frankly, there are plenty of other negative circles these people can go and conglomerate at, right? I made that decision years ago out here on YouTube that, you know, I'm going to further start to target market my audience. Initially, I didn't. Initially, I opened it up to everyone. But then I quickly realized that, again, when you try to please everyone, you please no one. And if you keep around negative people, when you're starting to grow with a positive group of people, and they like what you do, if you allow the negative people to come in and infest that environment, not only are those negative people going to go away, you know, because they're not even there for the right reason in the first place, they're going to drive away those positive people. So you're hurting yourself more by trying to please everyone and make everyone happy. We got 9 people here. Thank you so much for being here. Now, I want to talk about, I want to update you folks on something I talked about on my stream last night. Many people that have been a part of my community for a while know about this person. I was talking about Scotty last night. Scotty figures it out. She's still a moderator here on this channel, and she's still connected with us behind the scenes in the Coach Eli moderator group chat. And some people, apparently I guess Scotty was tired yesterday, and even though we did try to reach out to her regarding my concern I talked about on the stream last night, I tried to reach out to Scotty privately, you know, through the group. She didn't get those messages, or maybe chose not to respond, or maybe she had too much going on, right? But a bunch of people reached out to her and tried to spin out of context what I was saying. This is what the wrong group of people do. This is what some people do that you have to let go. These are the weak-linked people that you have to let go if you want to move forward in a positive way. You've got the weak-linked people that want to kick down anyone that's positive by spinning anything and everything that they say way out of context. And that's why anytime someone tries to take me out of context out here, I'm going to talk about it every damn time. And I'm going to correct it. I'm going to keep correcting it so people know what's really going on, right? So someone sent Scotty a text message saying that you know, what Scotty was initially doing to me, like, allowing people to disrespect me in her chat. She did the same thing to, Jamie, who runs the Lycan Legion network of channels, when Scotty used to be a part of the Lycan Legion, right? And I also made it very, very clear that, I'm not a fan of Jamie or what he does. I don't hate him. I just don't like what he does. I don't like his type of content. I don't like how he treats people, whether it's, for show or in reality or a combination of both. I don't like what he does, right? But despite the fact that I don't like what he does, right is right and wrong is wrong. And I said, no matter how much I can't stand someone or don't like someone, right? Or don't like their content, that is, when they're right about something, I'll say they're right. So in the past, when Jamie was a moderator on Scotty's channels, people would attack him. And because him and Scotty were collaborative partners, like Scotty and I are now, we're collaborative partners, and because Scotty said it's freedom of speech, and I'll let people say what they want in here, he took offense to the fact that she allowed people to attack him. And in that case only, I feel Jamie was right. That doesn't mean I agree with anything else that he said or done. I'm just talking about that one specific thing, right? Then this person had the nerve to say to Scotty that Eli's no different than Jamie. I'm way different than Jamie. If you have an issue with me and you feel I'm a bad person or something, why don't you send me an email and tell me how you feel? But do it constructively. And back up your statements with facts, right? Right? Don't just run your mouth because you don't like me, right? Because you're jealous or whatever it is, right? So yeah, these people were messaging Scotty, trying to make it appear like I was talking smack about Scotty, and I wasn't talking smack about Scotty. I was stating that I'm very disappointed at the way she handled that situation the other night when I was in her chat with a mod wrench. People were calling me the cuck word, right? I asked her if how I should moderate it. She said, I believe in freedom of speech, so just let them talk. I went on her panel. Her guest on her panel, some lady by the name of Chrissy that hasn't liked me in years, attacked me on the panel. Scotty did nothing to defend me there. And I was cool and calm, and I didn't yell at anybody. I just went on there and said, I just don't appreciate being attacked, on your channel when we're collaborative partners, when we're connected behind the scenes, when I've helped you get your channel back, that was taken down wrongfully by 3 copyright strikes, when my lady's been there for you to support you too. Like I felt disrespected, and I was. Now there's a light at the end of the tunnel. This has been resolved. I'm just sharing a little bit of the backstory here, and I'm also sharing this so people out there don't get the wrong idea, right? And I did try to handle this, initially the next day. The stream was 2 nights ago. I did try to handle this the right way yesterday, but I couldn't reach Scotty. I put it out in the group. I didn't send her a private message. I put it out in the group because these issues with moderators involve the entire mod group. We work as a team. We are all collaborative partners. My lady had reached out to Scotty privately. Scotty got back to my lady privately and didn't mention anything about what happened on the show. And I know Scotty is going through a lot, but come on, why would you want to do that to one of your best partners, one of your best collaborative partners, right? And how can you forget about that the next day? Like if I did that to her or anybody else, it would be front page news everywhere, right? Now, I'm only stating this so I can remind you folks what happened, but there's been a resolution, right? And Scotty did talk. All the moderators were chatting within the Facebook private group chat today. And Scotty feels bad about it, and she's mentioned, yes, she's going through a lot. She's gone public on this. I'm not mentioning anything here that has not been put out publicly. I respect all the private stuff. Don't get me wrong, okay? But Scotty, has, come out and, pretty much apologized for it. And she's even mentioned that, she needs to figure out the right way to present this, publicly. And I said, just be you. Say how you feel. What are you afraid of? A bunch of low-life scumbag degenerates that don't really care about you in the first place, that they're going to attack you? This is exactly what I'm talking about in today's topic. I'm talking about removing your weakest links, right? This is the one thing that I feel, and I'm going to use you as an example, Scotty. This is the one thing that I feel that maybe you don't understand and other people don't understand, is that certain people are going to bring no value to your channel, right? These people are not going to donate to you, and all they're going to do is trash talk people in your chat. They're not really even contributing constructive, critical thought to the conversation, right? So they're bringing you absolutely zero value, and they're scaring away the people that would bring you that value, right? You got to get rid of the weak links, right? So I used to fear this too, but I finally said, you know what? Years ago, I said, I'm going to block all these people and never unblock them again. And let them go talk smack about me elsewhere. And they did that for a while, and now they've stopped, right? Hey, babe, how you doing? Are you home? Respectfully, maturely, professionally is in the chat. Are you home, babe? Ginny Ann says, hello, Lewis Fuller. I'm kind of new, and nice to meet you. My husband, son, and father-in-law all have the first name Lewis. It is a real important family name here. Great name. Hey, Holly, how you doing? Lewis said I just gave you a like. He says, good evening. Holly says, hello, Eli and everyone. Holly says, hi, RMP. Hi, Ginny. Yes, I am. Wonderful, babe. Wonderful. So now I'm putting this out there publicly before the inevitable happens. Because the right thing to do, and I'm not telling Scotty what to do. My lady and I really, really love Scotty. So does the entire group here. Look, everyone, here in the chat, people that are here in the chat, put a 1 in the chat if you love Scotty. Put a 1 in the chat if you love Scotty, okay? Let's show Scotty some love. Let's show the public audience that we love Scotty, and we truly are trying to help her, and we're not attacking her. Put a 1 in the chat, right? Because these low-life scumbagish degenerates are going to try to make content stating otherwise, right? So we're just going to tackle this shit head on, all right? Because I'm sick and tired of being taken out of context on YouTube, right? So we're just going to keep on tackling it head on. Look at all those 1s in there, right? We love Scotty, right? And Scotty's afraid to do the right thing now because she's worried about what these scumbagish degenerates are gonna do or react, right? And I don't mean to be rude. I love everybody, including these people. But these people literally, with no disrespect, I would rather have bums off the street watching my YouTube content than these people, right? At least bums off the street are respectful and appreciative, right? These people that used to be a part of my chat, even Jamie's chat, and even now they're part of Scotty's chat. These people are middle-aged men and women in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. They all act like 2-year-old little girls. Nightbot timed that person out. Mods, if you feel that's a disrespectful message, can you ban that person? Or can you, Scott, can you put that, if that message is worthy of being put out there, Holly, can you copy and paste that in the chat? Let's hear what these degenerates have to say, okay? Hector the Vector. Well, hello, Hector the Vector. How you doing? You trolling today, brother? Hector the Vector. He's triggered. You timed him out, babe. What did he say? It was a troll? All right. Have a nice day, Hector the Vector. Can someone give me the gist of what he was trying to say? Was he attacking me? No, I understand. I want someone to tell me what he said. Because I want to respond to it. Because I'm trying to prove a point to Scotty and other good people that allow these people to infest and destroy their channels. With their immaturity, their insecurities, their instabilities and all that, right? These people are grown-ass adults in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. They behave like 2-year-olds, right? Right? They behave like 2-year-olds, right? He said, you don't care about Scotty any more than the rest of them. Well, let me respond to that. I actually do care about Scotty. I do care about Scotty's well-being more than anything. And if you must know, I've donated to Scotty, she's donated to me. And she's a channel member here, at least for now. Hopefully she doesn't have to renew. No one has to renew their channel membership. She'll still be a mod here. And we're good, right? But I do care about Scotty. My lady talked with Scotty today and is helping Scotty out. See, let me ask you this, you trolls. You degenerate trolls, right? Where's your proof that I don't care about Scotty, right? I don't care about Scotty, yet I wrote her a long-ass email on how to get her channel back and how to file manual counter notifications. She got her channel back. I took 2 hours to write that. And I don't care about her? Come on, man. All right? My lady and I spent hours talking with her when we can. We've supported her streams, and she supported us. So how can you come out and say that, I don't care about Scotty? I do care about Scotty. I care about everyone. I care about everyone that's a reasonable and decent person, and even the people that aren't. Sir Hector the Vector, I even care about you too, but you're a troll. And you're choosing to suppress how much you hate yourself. Instead of looking at yourself in the mirror and figuring out how to turn your life around for the better, you want to come out here and project, sir. Right? Are you thinking that that's possibly Jamie? I don't care if it is. Doesn't matter. You care about money, numbers, subs. Relationships on here are transactional. Is that what you meant to say? You're no different, sir. End quote. Let's respond to that. Out of all these people that have been a part of this community, I've made the least amount of money. You know why? Because I don't force people to donate as a part of or as a requirement of our friendship. Hey, bro, just finished post-workout meal. Sorry, I'm late. Dude, don't worry about it, Coach Eli. It's all good. Welcome to the show. It's all good, man. Come and go as you wish. Dude, yeah, I appreciate your kindness, man. I appreciate everyone that feels bad about being late. But, hey, come and go as you wish. It's all good. But thank you. I appreciate that, man. I do. So, no, my relationships here with people are not transactional. Do I appreciate donations? Yes. Am I a business and want and need donations? Yes. I've never denied that, but I've never forced that, right? And I know they're trying to trigger me, and I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm going to respond to all the BS. I'm going to respond to every little thing that's taken out of context before it gets taken further out of context, right? I'm going to shut it down before it can start, right? That's how we're going to handle things, right? And that's how we're going to help people better learn to handle themselves online and offline. And later tonight, my lady and I are going to be doing a stream on how to protect yourself online and offline. We've got a great show coming from the studio tonight, tentatively starting at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, but we might set it back a half hour because I ran a little late on this show. Some things came up. I haven't been feeling well, so I had to use the restroom before the show and take my medication and all that, so I'm a little behind. So sometime around 9:30 or 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 6:30 or 7 p.m. Pacific, we'll be doing that show tonight. And we'll be sharing a bunch of stuff on how to better protect yourself online. And later tonight, I'll even be sharing another story I shared with my lady finally. You know, somebody actually, I forgot where I saw this comment. They were criticizing me, saying that I threatened to dox Joe Buddy, right? That's true. And there's a reason. Yeah, I never did dox him, but there's a reason why I almost did. And I honestly feel that in certain cases, you have to do that to protect other people. I'll share more about that tonight. The Joe Buddy story, we'll share that one tonight because the new people don't know who this guy is. And he's still lurking around through these same groups, right? But if people want to talk, if they want to bring up the stuff that happened in the past, we will clearly explain it before it's taken way out of context. And that way people can decide if they want to support us here or not, right? And Coach Eli, you've been right, man. Can't sit back. I finally got to the point of where it's like, I'm going all out. I'm going to stand up for myself. It doesn't matter anymore, right? You got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything or everything, you know, like that Aaron Tippin song from the 90s. We are at 32 minutes. I'm almost halfway done. What if you do members only stuff for those that can afford to pay and then do your normal help streams for those that can't? I could do that. And, you know, once there are some more memberships coming through, we're going to probably do that. See, Coach here, I'm not worried about anyone talking smack anymore. I'm not. Because, and I haven't been for the longest time. But at this point right now, I've figured out a way to present this content in a way that's helpful to people. People can learn from this. So I'm turning the negative stuff I've been through into a positive. You know, teaching these life lessons I've been through. Like what happened with Scotty last night. I'm sure you probably heard by now. But everything's all good. We finally talked behind the scenes and it's good. Right? But see, these people, they want to spin things way out of context, right? They want to spin things way out of context because they're unhappy and miserable within themselves. And they can't stand us folks over here being happy. Coach J-Rom, you're happy. You're with your wife, Anna. You two are happy people. My lady and I are happy people. Holly and her husband are happy, right? Ginny and her husband are happy, right? Lewis is happy here, right? All these people here that are part of our group, we are happy people. Now, do we have our moments? Do we have unhappy moments? Do things happen to us? Yeah, but guess what? We understand that shit happens, and we don't let it derail our happiness, right? But out here, there's a group of people that continue to linger around this community, and they found their way now to Scotty's channel. I got rid of them a while back. Even Jamie got rid of them as well. Now they're hovering over on Scotty's channel, and we're trying to help Scotty understand that these people are not going to do you any good. They're miserable, pathetic, lonely, immature, insecure, grown-ass adults that behave like little kids, right? And they're going to further bring you down instead of uplift you. And right now, with what Scotty's going through, she needs to be uplifted, and that's what we want. That's what we're doing here. We're uplifting her. We're there for her. We're being friends, real true friends. That has nothing to do with money or anything like that. But that's what these degenerates do. They're like, oh, they're expendable. No, not in my eyes. In my eyes, no one's expendable, even though some people will say otherwise, right? But I will get rid of people that are hateful and inappropriate. I don't want that shit here. Everyone's welcome here on my end, except for people that are hateful and inappropriate. That's it. You know, I had enough of me being hateful and inappropriate when I was younger. I was I wasn't a bad kid, but I had my hateful times. I was young and immature and insecure when I was younger. I did some inappropriate things, but I was in my teenage years and younger, and maybe a little bit in my early 20s, and I finally grew up and became an adult. All we're trying to let Scotty know is that these people on her channel, they're technically, legally adults, but they behave like little kids. And there's absolutely zero benefit. If you want, if some of them are your friends and they keep you company and you talk by phone, fine. That's one thing. But if these people are going to come on the front lines when you're running your channel, and they're and they're allowed to attack other people like myself or other good people, that's going to scare away the good people that are going to take your channel to the next level. That's all. That's it. You've got to let go of your weakest links to get ahead. You're only as good as your weakest link. You're only as good as your weakest link. So if you have 2 or 3 weak links, you got to get rid of all of them, right? You start by getting rid of the one that's the weakest, then the next weakest, and then the next weakest. You get rid of all the weak links. That's how you move forward in the positive way and become successful. There's somebody at the observation deck, so I'm going to turn around. Got 18 in the box, 10 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here, folks. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Let's start walking back. You know, my sciatica was really acting up. And now that I'm walking, I just feel really good. That is the best remedy for sciatica, is just getting out there and walking. Got somebody coming. I'm going to pull off the side here. Babe, are you still around? Lewis, yes, butter is good. Lewis says, it's always great to be respectful and nice to people, even if they are not so nice to you. Be the bigger person and show them love and respect. Well, I do, Lewis. You know, Lewis, do you remember when you and I first met each other, and these degenerates, let's call them that, because that's the proper word. It's an actual proper word that describes these people. These degenerates, right? They actually tried to pin and pit us against each other, right? They tried to show you all those hateful videos that they mashed together to make me look worse than it actually was, right? I said a few things I didn't mean by mistake because these people triggered me, right? But you want to know something, Lewis? You didn't believe them. You allowed me to get you allowed me to get to know you. You gave me a chance, Lewis, because I never did you wrong. You never did me wrong. And I respect you and appreciate you for that, Lewis. I respect you and appreciate you for that, Lewis. And here we are. Lewis, you and I have known each other probably, for almost 3 years now? Probably longer, but we've been connected for almost like 3 years, right? You've known Holly for a while and all that, right? I'll tell you, Lewis, you are one of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life. You are one of the nicest guys I've met on YouTube. You help everyone, Lewis. You share everyone's streams out. And you know what? You expect absolutely nothing. You never ask for anything. Every now and then, you may put up a fundraiser or something, but it's your right to do so, Lewis. But you hardly ask for anything, Lewis, and you give everyone everything. And you do it without expectation. That's commendable, Lewis. That's commendable. Yeah, Ginny is amazing too. Don't worry, Holly. I tooted Ginny's horn last night a lot. Ask Ginny. Ginny, let Holly know I tooted your horn quite a bit last night. If I did it again now, Ginny would get bored. And Holly, I've tooted your horn too, but you all deserve to have your horns tooted, right? Ginny Ann says, LOL. It's the truth, Ginny Ann. You know I'm being funny, but the truth of the matter is that, Holly, between you and Ginny Ann, you're the front runners to be the most positive person. Tomorrow's the last day. And Lewis, you're still in it too. You're right there. It's anyone's game. What I'm thinking of doing is having 2 runner-ups. Having the MPP, the most positive person, and having 2 runner-ups. If my lady's still around and her dogs aren't distracting her, she can let me know what she thinks about that. If we have 2 runner-ups, we can end up doing a live stream with the winner and the 2 runner-ups, and my lady and I have a panel of 5 people. And interview the winners and the runner-ups and learn more about each other and spread more positivity. Everyone here really has been pretty positive. That's true, Ginny. We should toot the horn for Holly and respectfully and Lewis and Coach Eli and Coach Eli. Well, that's how humble of a person you are, Ginny Ann. This is exactly what I've been trying to accomplish with this. And you want to know something? We may not have the biggest group here yet. We are growing. And things are getting there. But we have a really good core group of positive people here now. Right? And it continues to grow each and every day. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Get out of my head. Bill Blankenship, Coach, will you ever bring back the BFP list? Bill, that's funny, man. Holly, can you type in what BFP stands for? You can type it out with your mod wrench, Holly. It doesn't matter. It's not going to block you. Holly, type in what BFP means, because if anyone else without a wrench does it, Nightbot will time them out. Yeah, I'll say it doesn't matter. Coach Corey Wayne used to say it all the time. Coach Corey Wayne, when he had guys that would write into him, and he still does. But when I first, Coach Corey Wayne's older material, I like his new stuff too, but he was a lot funnier. He's still funny, but he was a lot funnier in his younger days. I've been following Coach Corey Wayne for almost 6 years now, right? and been subscribed to him for 6 years. And when I first met him, I had gone through a breakup with the veterinarian I was dating. She cheated on me. I was really like in pain. I was just trying to just learn better ways to do things. I mean, I was in my 40s and I was pretty knowledgeable on women, but like after following Coach Corey Wayne, it's like, wow, man, the way he just presents things is so clearly. And another creator I respect too is Dan Bacon, but Coach Corey Wayne's my favorite, right? So these guys would write in, these beta males would write in, and they would do the dumbest things. And they would ask, well, why did she leave me, Coach? Why did she leave me? And Coach Corey Wayne would say, because you're being a big fucking pussy and you weren't being a man. And I'm like, that is the one thing that I just, like, I never forget that, right? Because what woman wants you to be a big freaking sissy, right? Like, when you think about it, like, if you're sucking up to your woman to get her attention and you're not being yourself, what's going to attract her about that, right? But I loved how bold and upfront Coach Corey Wayne was and still is. He's kind of toned it down a bit because he's mentioned on his channel that he's had a few demonetization issues. I mean, he's still monetized fully and it's all good, but he's had a few of his videos demonetized, and he thinks it's because of the swearing. No, occasional profanity in the right context will not necessarily get you demonetized. Even YouTube has done videos on that. What'll get you demonetized is what you put in the title and in the thumbnail, because Google and YouTube can read that. They can even read your thumbnail through a program Google created. The Google engineers created something called Google Brain. And whatever you put on your thumbnail, it can scan text. It can even scan images. It can, if you have a boobie on there or something, it'll scan that, and it can flag it for sexual, content. Now, obviously, before they take your video down, if Google Brain catches something on your thumbnail, it'll send it to a human reviewer, and they'll look at it, and then they'll decide, oh yeah, okay, that's a boobie. We're removing this, right? That's how it works. But yeah, Coach Corey Wayne's toned down a lot of his videos lately because he's had a few of them demonetized. For me, I've had no issues. I've only had one video demonetized on this channel that didn't get overturned after manual review, and the same thing on my main channel with a similar topic. If you put the words cyberbullying and harassment or bullying and harassment in your title, no matter how clean your video is, no matter how much it abides by the community guidelines, it will automatically get demonetized, and it will not be approved under manual review. For some reason, YouTube's saying that the majority of advertisers do not want to sponsor the topic cyberbullying and harassment, even though it's something that needs to be discussed. So that's how the system works. But anyway, I digress on that. Oh, I wasn't LOLing at you, Coach Eli. You did toot the horns for me big time, and I appreciate you and D so much. I just am so new and green. LOL, I thought I didn't deserve that. Wonderful. No. You know what? Ginny? Here's the thing. When I used to work in the retail management and retail corporate world, sometimes we would hire someone and they were just a superstar the day we hired them. Sometimes you would hire like a young kid which it's their first job, right? And that young kid from day one is a superstar, right? Sometimes you just come across people that were raised right and have good morals, values, and ethics and great work ethic, that they just excel. When you came into our chat here the first time, especially after how you found out about us, like boom, you were just you had positive energy and vibes. You came in here and like you bought a channel membership before you even posted anything. And I was like, channel membership, Ginny Ann. I'm like, who the hell's Ginny Ann? And I say that respectfully, Ginny Ann. But I'm like, who the hell's Ginny Ann? And then you made us aware of who you are. Like, we wanted to thank you, and then you shared your story, and it was like, wow, okay. That's great. Some people are just naturally really good people. Some people, no matter where they go or what they do, like myself, are going to be friendly to everyone. That's the way I am. I'm friendly to everyone. I welcome everyone. I don't judge people the first time I meet them. If I even judge them, it's going to be after my interaction with them. And the only thing I judge people on is their character, right? Is their character and their behavior, pretty much more so their behavior, right? I'm not a judgmental person in the derogatory or demeaning way. Pretty much I judge people based on their behavior. Bottom line, right? Especially as I've gotten older, like you would hope that all other adults my age or around my age or in their 30s and 40s and 50s would be mature. But let me tell you, half the people that are middle-aged are more immature and insecure than teenagers. It's really sad. It's really sad and pathetic, right? And it annoys me more than anything, right? And these are the types of people that are going to come out to these platforms and just mess around because it makes them feel better. And what makes them feel better is trying to destroy the greatness of what real good people like myself are trying to create. So going back to the Scotty thing, Scotty, you do what you got to do. If you're going to do a stream later tonight or whenever, and, talk about what happened, between you and I, if you want me to be there, I can be there. I mean, I've got another stream planned tonight with my lady, but if you do it during a time when we're not live, I can join you if you want. If you do it yourself, just say what you feel. But if you're going to try to play both sides of the fence, this is the thing I've talked about before, right? You can't play both sides of the fence, right? You can't. You got to play the side that you believe in, right? Are you a good, loyal, trustworthy, reasonable human being, right? Or are you a nasty and vile person, right? That's the other side of the fence. And if you're trying to target market everyone, it's just not going to work. You're going to lose everyone. If you try to target market everyone, you will lose everyone, right? Try to please everyone, you're going to please no one. You got to target market your stuff. So true, Holly. More specific. Are you talking about target marketing? I mean, I've known about target marketing back in the days when I was selling insurance. It's just initially I wasn't doing that out here on YouTube. And I started more so focusing on target marketing about 2 years ago. And I will tell you when my efforts started to really pan out to turn it around like it's been turning around regarding, target marketing for me is when my lady got involved. Because when my lady got involved, was another person helping me run the business. And, she was able to, help me, kind of level off, my channel to an equal ratio of men and women. I used to have like 85, 90% men in here and, 10 to 15% women. Now it's 53% women, 47% men. That's as close to even as you'd want, right? And I have her to thank for it. And that's exactly what you want on the channel. You want an equal ratio of men to women. You want it diverse, right? And you want it with the right target market. And the right target market is not necessarily, demographics for me. It's not necessarily any race or anything. I love every race. I love both men and women and all that. The right market for me are positive people that are open to suggestions and change and help, right? That want to better themselves, that love personal development content. That's it. That's my target market, right? As long as you're a good person and you're open to bettering yourself, my content will suit you. And if you're not open to it, all you're going to do is create ruckus on my channel, and it's gonna affect people that want to be here, right? And that's why I removed those people. Yes, target marketing, says Holly's Hauntings and Happenings. Yeah. Ginny Ann says, oh, thank you for what you just said a moment ago, Coach Eli. I just knew. I told my husband I found my YouTube home. Are you talking about when I was sharing the story of how you just popped on in here and you just were amazing? It's like a flower that instantly blossomed. I don't know how much better to explain it. My lady says, Ginny Ann, you are wonderful. Same with Holly. Ginny, you're awesome. D is so awesome, says Ginny Ann. It's beautiful to watch this, folks. It's beautiful to watch this level of positivity, right? I'll tell you this, folks. I'm growing more so to realize out here on YouTube, because it is a shared platform. Let this sink in, okay? I've been doing this full-time for 5.5 years, and I've been on YouTube since it came out. I've had other channels, but I've been doing it full-time for 5.5 years. And I know the system, like, not trying to show off. I know the system better than anyone, right? And what I've learned about YouTube is, because it's a shared platform and other creators can tag you in community posts and titles now and put you in tags and all that, right? Because it's a shared platform, sometimes you have to address things that you otherwise wouldn't have to address or feel the need to address if it was your own platform, right? It's a shared platform. It's a shared platform, and the way it's designed makes it very, very easy for other creators to harass other creators. And even YouTube years ago took a stance on this, creator on creator harassment, and they started doing some things about it years ago. But now that the issue with their advertisers has been fixed, they've kind of let a lot of it slide, because even these channels that harass other people are making YouTube and Google money. And that's the sad part. So it's like it's almost like you're in it for yourself, and you got to find ways to overcome the negativity to let your positivity shine through. This past week I had a big wake-up call, and a lot of it has to do with your feedback, folks. Even other people that I haven't agreed with in the past. That includes you, Coach J. Rob. I'm beginning to more so see a lot of the things you were saying in the past. You can't just sit back and do nothing, right? You got to talk about things. You got to raise awareness. You can't allow people to take you out of context, because the right people that want to support you may end up believing the people taking you out of context and may stop supporting you unless you clear it up, right? And in the past, I was just thinking, all right, well, if I keep talking about it and clearing it up, I'm feeding into other people and giving them more content to talk shit about me. I've gotten to the point of where I don't care if they talk shit about me. Let them talk shit about me. Doesn't matter, right? Holly, let me ask you something. Are you appreciative of the way I've been doing things lately? I've been really working to try to figure out a different way to work past this. And Holly, you've been around the longest, right? You've known me like the longest. Are you appreciating the way things are being handled out here lately? I mean, give it to me straight. I mean, no offense, even if you feel otherwise. Is that Donnie Shaw Show? Donnie Shaw Show. Yep. Hey, what's going on, Donnie? I still need to unblock you on Facebook, dude. I haven't had time. I got to get to Ginny and you on Facebook. I hope I get to it tonight. I've had a lot to do, and I haven't been feeling too well. I took a couple Advil before this walk and my allergy medication. I stopped taking NyQuil and Dayquil yesterday. I didn't take any. So the majority of my cold is gone. But I'm still taking aspirin every 4 to 6 hours. Well, ibuprofen, Advil. And still taking my allergy medication, and it's helping out. Like, I've been actually powering through this walk, and it's really helping me feel better. We're at 62 minutes, an hour and 2 minutes. I wouldn't say negativity is a weakness. I don't know if I'd call negativity a weakness. Donnie, you're right about that. But I would say that, I'm sure you just tuned in. What I was saying earlier is that the topic today is, remove weak links. Remove the weakest link from your life, or the weakest links from your life, because you are only as strong, or you will only be as successful as your weakest link, right? And you know what, folks? Here's the hardcore truth on this, is that even your significant other, if you don't have the right partner in life, like your dating relationships or your marriages, that could be your weakest link right there. You see, the woman I am with is one of the biggest strengths that's ever come my way in my life. I mean that, baby. Like, my woman, I know she's grateful for me. And I'm not going to speak for her, but I've known her. I think I know she's going to say, you are my biggest strength, right? But you're my biggest strength too, baby. Like, that's what people don't understand. If you're in a loveless relationship or marriage, right? That's your weakest link right there. And a lot of people that stay together for their kids and stuff like that, all you're doing is harming yourself in other ways. Because that person is your weakest link. They're making you miserable. And in essence, you're going to be miserable around other people. It's not going to allow you to be your normal, natural self. You're not going to be showing up at your full potential. You're going to be weighed down by your weakest link. My lady says, thank you, baby. Oh, you're welcome, Lewis. I'll get to your chat messages and same with you, Donnie, in a second. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. I've had to tell my woman like 1,000 times that she's one of the biggest reasons why my business and my YouTube channels have turned around here. She is the reason why this channel got monetized here. The second channel I have monetized. But let's say that she was a nuisance and she would drive me crazy all the time. Now, don't get me wrong, my lady and I can drive each other crazy, but we drive each other crazy in a loving way. There's a big difference. When you love each other so much and you drive each other crazy with the amount of love you have for each other, that's a different thing. But let's say, she was annoying me and trying to change the person that I am, or if I was trying to change the person that she is, then we would be each other's weakest link, right? And that would weigh us down from being able to enjoy our own lives as individuals. Because even as a partner or a partnership in a relationship, you come into that relationship as two individuals, right? Two complete individuals sharing your completeness together. Another thing I learned from Coach Corey Wayne, it's not like the Jerry Maguire movie, you complete me. You had me at hello, right? He says you complete me, right? Guys, don't say that nowadays. That'll get you friend zoned, right? Nowadays, a man and a woman, because women are liberated, you come into a relationship complete. And then you share each other's completeness together equally as possible. You respect each other equally. Ladies, you don't walk behind your man, but guys, you don't walk behind your woman. You walk alongside each other, right? You walk alongside each other. Even my lady would say, baby, I'll walk behind you, and stand behind you any day. And I say, baby, I want you right alongside me. No woman of mine is going to be behind my back. I didn't sound right. There's only one time I like to be behind yours, and you know that. We don't have to talk about that here. It's all good. That's my favorite position. A lot of people like that position. Right, Donnie? It's all good, man. I think you can learn from your weakest link in your life. Absolutely. Lewis says, I have stopped taking my allergy medicine because it is not doing anything for me anymore. I have been taking the red cold pills that you have to ask for when you're at the pharmacy. They have been working better than allergy medications. Are you talking about pseudoephedrine? Are you talking like Sudafed, like the real stuff with pseudoephedrine, like 240 milligrams? Yeah, is it the stuff that you have to show your ID, Lewis? That stuff does work really well, but you're not supposed to use that long term. And if you're going to use that amount of potency long term, you got to go to your doctor and get that prescribed. There is prescription strength allergy medication. That's what you probably need, Lewis. And if you have insurance, you can get it for your copay, typically, anywhere from $5 to $25 per month. I have an ex-girlfriend that had to have prescription strength allergy medication. Without the insurance, a 30-day supply, $300. Her copay, $25. So that's probably what you need, man. For me, Allegra works. I use the Allerfex. Allegra makes that for Costco. It's a much better deal. It's 180 tablets for like $36. Very good deal instead of like 70 for $35 on Amazon through the actual Allegra name brand. Same thing, right? And I use Flonase as well. And my lady introduced me to Allerflow, so I'm gonna stop even. And I believe that's made by the Flonase company as well. So I'm going to start using Aller Flow instead of Flonase. Same thing, just get the Kirkland version from Costco. It's cheaper. Those two things work for me. If you have it really, really bad, like I have allergies pretty bad, but it's not the worst. You've got them super bad, like an ex-girlfriend of mine did. Let's see. There's always a weak link somewhere. Did you see my message above, Eli? Where, Holly? Yes, I think you're doing great, but let's talk more about our topics and not let others get us off track. No, you're right. And here's the thing, Holly. I'm not even letting it get us off track. It's, I've grown to realize that part of life, believe it or not, is YouTube. YouTube has become a part of people's daily lives, right? They now have 2.5 billion active users each month and growing. People are still watching YouTube, and it's not slowing down, right? I bet Elon Musk would like to buy YouTube, but there's no way there's no way anyone can afford to buy YouTube right now. It's worth too much. Worth way the fuck too much. Worth way too much. At least $100 billion valuation for YouTube based on its future trends. It is making $20 billion a year, but I don't think it would sell for any less than $100 billion right now. I'd probably try to sell it for $200 billion. And who's got that kind of money laying around? Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. He just spent $44 billion on Twitter. He was worth a little over $200 billion before that. He's probably worth a little less now, right? No one can afford to buy that right now. YouTube is untouchable. Alphabet Inc. owns Google. Google owns YouTube. No one has the money. Maybe Apple. The only company that may have the resources to try to go after Google is Apple, but I don't even think they're gonna. That would be a big risk. They would have to liquidate a lot of assets to do that. Oh, do you folks hear about this? I heard the next thing about Elon Musk. He wants to create his own phone to compete with Google's Android system and Apple's iPhones, iOS, right? So now Musk, now he wants to create an Elon phone, right? Whatever he's going to call it, right? So he can, have control of the apps on there. There's no way in hell, Elon. You've got $1 trillion company that you can't compete with. And Google's probably going to be $1 trillion company soon anyways, at some point, right? Two of the biggest companies in the world. You're going to... Man, I swear to God, this guy's head is the size of Alaska, man. I mean, dream big, brother. That's all good, but shit. Why not? A woman made a rotary cell phone on her 3D printer. Well, God bless her, Holly. Right? I'm going to make the Eli phone to compete with Google's Android and Apple's iOS on the iPhone. I guess when you have all that money, Holly, you get really bored. You just want to spend it. He's probably thinking, well, I can't take it with me, right? Can't take it with me, right? Did you folks hear about that? Musk wants to create a phone to compete with with Android and iOS. Good luck, brother. What are you going to pull more of your Tesla engineers? What he's going to do is he's going to pull everyone that's been running Tesla. He's going to pull all the engineers from Tesla to do all this, right? And he's going to basically stretch Tesla thin. Like, oh man, I can't talk about Musk anymore right now. I just can't. I just can't. Look at that. Look at the sun right there. Are you telling me it's that beautiful or what? Got some people coming up on the trail here. All right, folks, get your final questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in just a few minutes. I'll be I'm not going to mention that. I was going to mention something and I changed my mind. See, I catch myself. I'll let people think about what I was going to say. Let's leave it at that. Now we got 12 in the box. We've got 18 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here, folks. As a reminder, tonight around 9:30 or 10 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 or 7 p.m. Pacific, my lady and I are going to be going live from the studio. She's at her place. She'll be joining me via StreamYard. And we're going to be talking about how to protect yourself, how to best protect yourself online and offline. We're going to be discussing that Netflix documentary that I ended up watching last night. It was, babe, are you still around? It was called Aubrey and something else. Ginny Ann, were you able to see that documentary by any chance? Have any of you seen that documentary? I'll tell you, I'll tell you this. I'm going to get scrutinized for my opinions, but I got to keep it real, and I'll share those tonight. We're going to talk about that because, there was a lot of bullying and harassment that was happening in one of the cases. The first case, the first woman, it was like an hour and a half documentary. The first 20 minutes to half an hour was on the first, girl, and then the last hour was on the second girl, and they focused more on that because that was more of the bullying and harassment and what ended up happening. So that's why, and this is why I'm titling it, how to protect yourself, how to, best protect yourself online and offline. Number one, because if I put cyberbullying and harassment in the title, it'll get demonetized. And under manual review, it will not be remonetized. This way we can stay compliant with YouTube, but it actually makes more sense. How can you prevent these things that happen to these women from happening to other women? Or how can guys prevent themselves from getting in these situations, right? We got to talk about these things. We got to take more of the proactive approach. I've always been more of a proactive type of guy. I always think about the consequences before I take my actions, right? And I've been that way ever since I was a little kid. Now, I understand that some kids, when they're younger, they're not thinking like I was when I was younger. And that's based on their upbringing. I had a really good upbringing to the point of where I've always thought of the consequences proactively before taking any actions, right? I think about if I do this, what could potentially happen? Is it going to more so help me? Is it going to harm me? Is it going to get me in trouble? What kind of trouble is it going to get me in? What is the risk, right? Is it worth it, right? We're going to talk more about that tonight. I'm going to watch tonight before the next live. Oh, cool. No worries. And if you can't, no worries. Not a big deal. But it was a good movie. All right. I could find better things to spend that much money on. LOL. She's making a ton of money, believe it or not. Wow. On that 3D rotary dial phone. Why not? A woman made a rotary cell phone on her 3D printer. Who the hell wants a rotary cell phone? And what are you going to do with it? Right? Is it a digital rotary pad? Or is it an actual rotary phone and not a smartphone? Like, who the hell would want to buy any old school phone nowadays? We are living in the internet age of phones. It's all digital. It's like a little mini computer with a phone app on it, right? They're not even real phones anymore. Yes, the technology's in there, but it's also Wi-Fi technology, video technology, still picture technology, taking photos and all that. Who the hell would want to go back to using a rotary phone? How does that make money? I don't get it. Anyway. All right, see you folks later tonight. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.